So good day po my dear students. For today's video, we're going to talk about the calculator techniques to get the mean, variability, summation, and regression of the given data. So I made this video in order for me to help those students who will take the board examinations later on. So di ba po sa board examination, we're only given limited time. Pero dun po sa board examination din natin, hindi natin alam kung anong mga problems yung ibibigay sa atin. May mga problems po na very rigorous ang solution para lang makuha yung answer. But if we only know how to use our calculators with its corresponding calculator techniques, mas mapapadali po yung pag-answer natin without having us to undergo. So to start with, let us have this example. So for example, the data below show the score of students in the 2023 Division Achievement Test or DAT. So analyze the given data and find the following. So pinapahanap po sa atin are the mean, the variability, the regression, and the summation. So di ba po kung maaalala natin, when we see mean po, it is denoted by X bar. And when we see po the variability, it is the measure of dispersion or the measure of spreadness. Kung gaano daw po kakalat or kahiwa-hiwalay or kalayo yung mga data sa isa't isa. So actually, we have three measures of dispersion. So we have the range. So since ang range po is just the highest number minus the lowest number or the lowest data, so hindi na natin kailangan mag-calculator technique doon. So we're going to have our calculator techniques for the standard deviation, which is denoted by S if it is sample, and this symbol naman po if it is population. So we also have the sample variance, which is denoted by S squared, and we also have it. Let's move now to our calculator. So I want you to click mode first, then click stat, and that is number 3. So stat tayo. And click one variable, which is 1. So kung makikita niyo po, one variable po kapag lahat lang po sila X. So dito po sa given data na ito, lahat lang po sila magiging X because this is ungroup. So kapag meron po tayong column for X and Y, that's the only time that we're going to use the number 2, which is A plus BX. So now po, my dear students, let's click number 1. And let's enumerate all of these in our calculator. So we have 35, 16, 32, 18, 16, 20, 38, 20, 28 again, 18, 23, 22, 43, 25, 32, 36, 21, 22, 18, 22, 17, 33, 25, 20, 15, 18, 35, and 14. So there are only 28 data. So try po nating i-check. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 times 4, that is 28. So ibig sabihin, tama naman po yung mga data natin. So pansamantala, I want you to click AC. Opo, wag pong shift off kasi matatanggal po lahat ng data natin. Only AC. Then click shift, then 1 because meron po dito nakalagay na stat or distribution. So let's click that one. Kapag mean pong hinahanap natin, ang i-click po natin number 4 for variability. So we have here 4. And kung makikita niyo po, dito na po makikita natin yung mean. So let's click that one. And the answer will be 24.35714286, which is approximately 24.36. So kung makikita nyo, meron na po agad tayong answer. So let's write that one here. 24.36. So, paano naman po kapag ang hinahanap natin is the standard deviation, which is the sample? So, again, let's click AC po. Opo, wag pong on or wag pong shift off. Opo, shift AC. Matatanggal po lahat ng data natin. So, shift again. That is 1. So, 4. So, ito po, my dear students, this is for population standard deviation. This is for the sample standard deviation. So, given po, my dear students, that this is a sample only. Kasi, di ba po, kapag sinabi nating division achievement test, lahat po ng divisions sa isang, or lahat po ng school sa isang division. So, ito po, kung makikita nyo, 28 students lang po, or 28 scores lang po yung kinuha. So, therefore, this is sample. So, kung meron po tayong problem sa, for example, sa board examination, na ganito po, ang lagi natin kukunin is the sample. Not unless kapag sinabi niya that there are only 28 students na kumuha ng examination, then that's the time that we're going to use the population. Opo, the population standard deviation. So, we have here number 4 po yung i-click natin and equal. So, that is 8.024, 10, 38, 99. Approximately, that is 8.02. So, sulat po natin. 8.02. So, that's approximately 64.39. So, paano naman po kapag ang hinahanap sa atin is the population standard deviation? Halimbawa, 28 lang daw po talaga yung kumuha ng division achievement test. Ano po yung standard deviation niya? So, katulad po ng sinabi ko, balik po tayo dito sa calculator, easy po ulit. So, that is shift 1 variability. Then, yung kukunin po natin is 3 na for the population. And the answer will be 7.88 approximately. So kung makikita nyo, di ba po magkaiba yung population sa sample. Kasi po kapag sample lang po siya, actually, kung maalala nyo, sa denominator ng formula niya, meron po siyang minus 1. Dito po sa variance, wala po siyang minus 1. So we have 88 here, 7.88 because ito pong katabi niya is 9 and kapag ni-round off natin, that is 7.88. So, kapag naman po ang kinuha natin is the variance, let's just get the squared of it. Squared, 62.09. So, approximately, that is 62.09. So, kung makikita nyo, ang dali-dali pong kunin ng mean and variability ng given data, kahit po marami yung data na ibinigay sa atin. Kapag alam lang po natin yung calculator techniques. Bakit po? Halimbawa, ito pong sample standard deviation. Ang sample standard deviation, ang equation niya po is the summation or the square root of the summation of the data minus the mean squared all over n minus 1. So, bago natin makuha yung sample standard deviation, kailangan muna po natin isolve si mean. Then afterwards, ima-minus po natin si mean kay data. Then, i-square natin isa-isa. Bago natin i-sum isa-isa. Then, i-divide natin yung sum by the n minus 1. Then, kukunin pa natin yung square root. So, kung makikita nyo, napakatagal. Pero kapag meron tayong calculator techniques, mas madali na lang. So, paano po, my dear students, kapag yung mga summation yung kukunin natin? For our summation, still click AC. Huwag po natin i-click si on or si shift off. Matatanggal po si data natin. Your shift, again, that is stat, number 1, and get its sum. So, let's click number 3. So, sa sum po, pwede nating makuha yung summation of x squared and the summation of x lang. So, first, let's get the summation of x. So, that is number 2. And equal to 682. So, sulat po natin 682. The summation of x is 682. How about the summation of x squared? What is its value? So, kapag summation of x squared naman po, easy lang po ulit. Shift 1, sum, number 3, and that is 1. So, our answer is 18,350. So that is 18,350. Ngayon po, paano kapag tinanong sa atin what is the minimum and what is the maximum data So dito po, kailangan na nating gamitin si number 6. So what is the maximum data? So that is 2 po. So maximum data natin is 43. So si maximum po natin is 43. And si minimum po natin is easy po ulit, shift 1. So that is 6. And minimum, so 1 ulit. So that will give us 14. So given po, my dear students, that we have the maximum and the minimum, pwede na nating ma-solve si range din. So we have range, maximum value is 43, minus the minimum value is 14. So let's proceed to this example. So for this example, I want you to apply the calculator techniques that you have learned a while ago. So you can pause this video and answer it on your own. And afterwards, we're going to check if your answers matches to my answer. So I hope you're already done po. So now let's proceed to our calculator. So kapag ganito po, my dear students, di ba, ang ginagawa lang natin dito is easy. Kapag parehas lang yung problem, nakukunan natin ng both the mean, the standard deviation, and the variation, minimum, maximum, and the range. Pero this time, my dear students, di ba, meron na tayong another problem. So ibig sabihin, another data naman po yung gagamitin natin. So, ang gagawin lang po natin dyan, para ma-erase lahat po ng nasa calculator natin, we have shift, then AC, or shift, click 9 because that is clear, CLR. So, 9 tayo. Then, meron tayo ditong setup, memory, and all. So, dahil gusto natin totally mawala lahat ng data sa calculator natin, ang click po natin is 3 for all. And equal for yes daw po. So that is yes. Then press AC. So press po natin sa AC. Para po ulitin natin, that is shift again. 9, clear, all, and that is equal sign and AC. So yan, na-clear na po lahat. So ano na nga po uli yung i-click natin in order for us to get the table. So that is again mode. And then stat, number 3, and the one variable. So that will give us 70, 41, 35, 28, 29, 17, 59, 47, 30, 98, 20, 83, 3, 99, 76, 38, 91, 58, 66, 47, 9, 74, 62, 11, 56, 37, 40, 75, 65, 100, 14, 89, 100, 15, and 20. So now let's check. Meron daw po tayong 35 na data. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 times 5, that is 35. So ibig sabihin, tama po lahat ng data natin. So check natin, that is 70, 41, 35, 28, 29, 17, 59, 47, 30, 98, 20, 83, 3, 99, 76, 38, 91, 58, 66, 47, 9, 74, 62, 11, 56, 37, 40, 75, 65, 100, 14, 89, 100, 15, and 20. So katulad po ng ginawa natin dati, click AC lang po. Huwag pong shift AC kasi po mag-off po yung calculator natin. Now, click shift. That is 1 for our statistic. Then, let's get first the mean. That is number 4. That is number 4. Then click number 2 for our mean. So that is 51.49. So for our mean, 51.49. Standard deviation and population standard deviation, sample variance and the population variance. So again, that is AC. Shift 1, and ang kiklik po natin is variability again, which is number 4. Then click po kapag sample, that is SX. Opo, ito pong 4. So that will give us 29.65 approximately. And para makuha po natin yung variance nito, the sample variance will only be squared. Ay, ang answer po is 878.96. So that is 878.96. So how about the population standard deviation? So again, that is AC. Shift 1, 4, and that is number 3. So ito po, my dear students, dito po kailangan nating ma-differentiate si population standard deviation kay sample standard deviation. Population standard deviation po, kapag yung data natin, halimbawa ito, 35, gagamitin po natin si population standard deviation kung 35 rin lang yung nag-exam. Opo. Pero given po na ito is division achievement test. So sa isang division po, more or less 1,000 yung mga students natin sa isang division. So meaning to say, kailangan dito, kapag ito yung tinanong sa exam, or halimbawa ganito po yung tinanong sa exam, ang kailangan po nating piliin is the sample standard deviation because the division level siya. So, imposible naman po na sa division, 35 lang po yung students. Pero halimbawa, this is just a classroom examination. Tapos ito po yung mga results. Ito po, halimbawa sa isang classroom, 35 po talaga yung students. And that's the only time that we're going to use the population standard deviation. So, let's calculate it. And that is 29.22. So, we have 29 here. 29.22, and its variance, or the population variance, will only be squared. So that is 853.85 approximately. So that is 853.85. So now let's get the minimum and the maximum in order for us to get the range. So for our minimum and maximum, that is easy again. Shift 1. So that is number 6. What is the maximum? Number 2 po yung i-click natin. That is 100. So minimum or maximum natin is 100. And their minimum po natin is, so that is easy again. Shift 1 and number 6. 1 again. That is 3. Now, my dear students, to get the range, we have 100 minus 3. So that is 97. So this is our range. Okay. So if you still have questions, please don't hesitate to comment down below. Okay? Now, what about kung meron po tayong frequency na? So, ibig sabihin, how about kung organized na si data, but still, this is ungroup. Di ba po ang pinakaiba ng group sa ungroup? Kasi pag sinabi po natin group, meron po siyang tinatawag na intervals. Halimbawa, ito, 11 to 15 years old. So, that's the interval. Opo. Pero ito, halimbawa, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And meron lang po siyang frequency. Meaning to say, this is still ungroup. However, this is organized in tabular form. So, papaanuhin naman po natin yan. So, actually, meron po tayong ibang calculator techniques dyan. So, before anything else, kailangan lang po natin na mag-shift clear po uli. Kasi iba na naman po tong data. So, that is number 3 equal AC. So, to activate our frequency, kailangan lang po natin gamitin si shift mode, which is set up, Then, click down, okay? And hanapin po si statistics po ulit, which is 4. And turn on the frequency on, number 1. And again, mode po ulit. Then since ito po is one variable still, kasi di ba po lahat to magiging x variable, wala naman po tayong y variable. So, ibig sabihin, ito po yung gagamitin natin, one variable po ulit. And kung makikita nyo, hindi na lang po si x yung available, maski si frequency available na. Kung paano po natin nakita yung distribution or kung paano po natin nakita yung presentation, ganun din po natin siya ipa-plot dito sa calculator. That is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Ngayon po, kailangan natin si 3, 4, 7, 8, 5, 2, and 1. So ngayon po, my dear students, let's get now the mean, the variability, and the summation. So easy po ulit. Shift 1, and let's go to variability number 4. So our sum or our mean, and let's click number 2 for mean. Equal sign, that is 13.6. So meaning to say, our mean for this distribution is x, or the x bar for the mean is equal to 13.6. So that is our mean. How about our standard deviation? So sample standard deviation, population standard deviation, sample variance, and the population variance. So easy again, shift 1 for our sample mean or sample standard deviation, we have 4 equal to 1.52. So that is 1.52. So to get our variance, kailangan lang po natin square siya. So we have here squared 2.32 approximately. So that is 2.32. So how about the population standard deviation? So that is again easy. Shift 1. So that is 4 for variability and 3 for the population standard deviation. So that is 1.50 approximately. And for our population variance, square lang po natin yan. And our answer will be 2.24. So that is 2.24. Now, let's get the minimum and maximum. Actually, dito po, kapag naka-tabular form po siya, though ungroup, madali na lang po na kunin natin si minimum and maximum kasi actually available na siya dito. So, our maximum value is 17 and our minimum is 11. So, check pa rin natin kung tatama yung answer natin. The maximum daw po is 17. So, tama, 17. And our minimum po is 11. So, kung makikita nyo po, the range now is 17 minus 11. So, that is actually equal to 6. Now, let's get the summation. So, we have here 3, 2. And the answer is 408. So, the summation and the summation of x squared naman po will be 5,616. So that's it. Now let's try this example. So I want you to answer this problem on your own using all of the things that you have learned a while ago. So if you can pause this video, so if you want to pause this video and answer it on your own, you can. So to answer this one, so kailangan po natin i-activate muna si frequency. So that is shift, set up, and drag down para hanapin si stat, which is number 4. And click frequency on. And after that, mode po ulit, hanapin si stat, and the one variable, which is 1. So we have here 20, 21, 22, 23, and C24. And after that, 15, 8, 22, and 35. And 5. And afterwards, AC lang po, shift, 1, variability, which is number 4, and the mean. So for our mean, that is 22.08. So that is mean 22.08. So now let's have the standard deviation for the sample and the standard deviation for the population and the sample variance and the population variance. So shift po ulit, or I mean AC. Then click shift 1, variability, and click for the sample. So that will give us 1.21 approximately. And for its variance, kailangan lang po natin i-squared. So that is 1.46 approximately. So how about the population standard deviation? So that is AC again. Shift 1, variability, that is 3, equal to 1.20. So that is 1.20 for our population. And what is the population variance? Kailangan lang po natin i-squared. That will give us 1.44. Now let's get the summation. So the summation, AC lang po ulit. Shift 1 and kunin po yung number 3. So for the summation of x, that is 1,877. So the summation of x is 1,877. How about the summation of x squared? So that is shift 1, 3, 1. So that is 4,000 or 41,571. That is 41,571. Now, what is the minimum? So, yung minimum po natin dito is 20. And the maximum po natin is 24. So, therefore, our range is equal to max mas minimum. So, that will give us 24 minus 20, which is 4. So, now are there still questions? If you still have questions, please don't hesitate to comment down below. Now, let's proceed to our next situation. So, paano naman po, my dear students, kung yung given natin is meron ng range or meron ng interval and also meron pa rin tayong frequency. So, this data is what we call the group data po already and meron lang tayong idadagdag sa magiging process natin. Opo. So, dito po actually, the same lang siya nung ungroup. However, kung doon sa ungroup, ang tinitignan natin is the X and the F lang, dito wala tayong X because ang X natin is actually a range. So meaning to say, kailangan po nating hanapin muna yung tinatawag nating class mark. And class mark po, my dear students, is actually the middle term of the range. Or I mean dito po sa interval na to. And that is denoted by ganyan, X, which is merong tilde sa taas. So, let's find the class mark of 160 and 169. So, ang gagawin lang po natin actually is to add these two, then divide it by 2, okay? So, shift clear 3 equal AC. Shift 3 3 equal AC. Shift clear 3 equal AC. So for our class mark, kailangan lang po natin i-add itong dalawa. 169 plus 160 divided by, so that will give us 164.5. So dito po 164.5. So dito naman po, so that is 159 plus 150 divided by 2. That will give us 154.5. So kung makikita nyo, ito pong range po kasi niya is by 10, di ba po? At dahil by 10 po siya, ibig sabihin, ang difference po nito is 10 din. Ibig sabihin, ito po, 164.5 minus 154.5 is actually equal to 10. Ibig sabihin, para ma-shortcut natin yan, ang gagawin lang po natin is ma-minus-minus na lang po tayo ng 10. Opo, so we have here, kung ito ay 154.5, this would be 144.5, this would be 134.5, this would be 124.5, this is 114.5, this is 104.5, and this is 94.5, this is 84.5, and this is 74.5. So since meron na po tayong class mark, ang gagawin lang po natin ngayon is let our class mark be the X. F po natin will be our frequency still. So that is again, so since may frequency pa tayo, ang nakadagdag lang sa process is yung pagkuha ng class mark. So anong gagawin natin? That is again shift mode, hanapin po by dragging it down to statistic. Po, hanapin po si stat and turn on the frequency. And after that, mode po uli, hanapin si statistics po uli. And that is 1 because we only have 1x. Opo, kapag yung number 2, kapag meron na po tayong value ng y. So we have here 164.5, then 154.5, then we have 144.5, 134.5, 124.5, 114.5, 104.5, 94.5, 84.5, and we have 74.5. Now that is 1. Sa frequency na po tayo. 3, 1 again, 2, 6, 4, 7, 37, 33, and 6. Now, my dear students, let's find for the mean. So that is shift 1, then variability number 4, click number 2. So that will give us 97.1. So that will be our mean. So let's change the color into white. So X bar or the mean is 97.1. So how about the standard deviation for the sample variance and the population variance? So that will give us, so katulad po ng dati nating ginagawa, we just need to use AC, shift, stat, variability po uli. For the sample standard deviation, that is 4. So that will give us 18.57 approximately. So that is 18.57. Then we're going to get its squared for the population or for our samples, for our sample variance. So squared po natin, that will give us 344.69. So how about for our population standard deviation? So again, easy. Shift 1, 4, that is 3, equal 18.47. So 18.47. What is its population variance? So kailangan na po natin square. So that will give us 341.24. 341. 341.24. Now, my dear students, let's get the summation. For the summation, that is again easy. Shift distribution 3. For the summation of x, that is click number 2. So the summation of x is 9,710. So the summation of x is 9,710. How about the summation of x squared? So for the summation of x squared, kailangan lang po natin easy. Again, shift 1, 3, and click 1 for x squared. The summation of x squared is 976,965. So that is 976,965. So what about we have this problem? We have the scores in science and we have also the scores in mathematics. If you can see, there are already two variables. So ibig sabihin, let our score in science be our x and let our score in math be our y. So we have here x and ito naman po magiging y. So kung makikita nyo, there are two variables na. Ano po yung sinasabi natin kanina na pwede na po natin gamitin yung regression. So katulad ng ginawa natin dun sa first few examples natin na wala pang frequency, dito po hindi na natin kailangan i-activate si frequency. But before that, kung makikita nyo may stop pa po tayo, ibig sabihin yung data natin na ginamit nung nakarang example is na-i-store pa po dito sa calculator natin. So ano kailangan natin gawin? We need to shift, clear, click all, and equal for yes and AC. That is again shift, clear, 3 equal easy. So again, kailangan po nating i-click si mode. So again, si shift mode, i-click natin kapag kailangan natin i-activate si frequency. But this time, hindi naman po natin kailangan si frequency. Kaya ibig sabihin, si mode na lang po yung i-click natin and we need to click the stat for statistics and click po A plus BX for two variables. Okay? So now, meron na tayong x and y. So katulad ng ginagawa natin dati, we need to input all of our x and all of our y's in our calculator. So we have here 95 is equal to 98, 90, 89, 85, 99, and 88. So again, dito naman po that is 89, 95, 92, 96, 98, 99, and 97. So katulad po ng ginagawa natin dati, we need to click AC po muna, then shift 1, then variability. Opo, number 4. Kung makikita nyo po, since meron na po tayong two variables, meron po tayong mean for x and meron din po tayong mean for y. And kada x and y po, meron din, pwede pa rin po nating ma-solve yung mga variabilities nila such as the standard deviation. Okay po, my dear students, so let's get the mean for the scores in science. So that is shift 1, variability, so that is 2 po. Mean po, in the x value is 92. So that is, so yung mean po natin for x value, that is 92. How about our mean for the y values? So for the y values, hanapin lang po natin siya sa calculator, and that is again AC shift 1 variability, and that is this one, 5. Opo, yung mean daw po ng scores sa math ay 95.14. So that is 95.14 approximately. Now, how about the standard deviation of x and the standard deviation of y? Sa sample po muna tayo. Opo, the sample standard deviation of x, the sample standard deviation of y. Okay, for our sample standard deviation of x, so that is again shift 1, 4. The sample standard deviation of x is denoted by 4. So that will give us 53 or 5.35. 5.35. Now, what is our sample variance for x? So that will give us, ito pong result na to, i-squared lang po natin siya. So that will give us 28.67. So that is 28.67. How about this one? What is our sample standard deviation for the values of y or the scores in math? So that will give us variability po uli. Ang hahanapin naman po natin si S, y naman po dito. So that is 7. So that will give us 3.53. So that is 3.53. So our sample variance po in terms of y or the scores in mathematics will be just the square of this one. So that will give us 12.48. So that is 12.48. Now, my dear students, let's get the population standard deviation. So population standard deviation of x and the population standard deviation of y. Again, AC shift number 1. So variability, that is the population standard deviation 3. So that will give us 4.96. Now, what is our population variance for x? So kailangan lang po natin i-square yan. So that is 24.57. So how about our population standard deviation in terms of y? So that is shift number 1, 4. Again, and y. Opo, ito naman po yung titignan natin na number 6. So that will give us 3.27. And what is our population variance in terms of y? So kailangan lang po natin i-square yung result natin. So that will give us 10.69. So our answer is 10.69. Now, my dear students, complete na yung variabilities natin. Kailangan na natin kunin yung mga summations natin. Actually, dito po sa summation na ito, depende na lang po kung ano yung gusto nyong kunin. Actually, kompleto naman na po siya sa calculator natin. And katulad po ng lagi natin ginagawa, that is shift 1, imbes na variability yung kukunin natin, the sum. Opo, the summation. And kung makikita nyo, hindi na lang siya limited sa x. And hindi na lang po siya, at kung makikita nyo po, hindi na lang po siya limited sa the summation of x and the summation of x squared. So meron na rin po siyang the summation of x squared, the summation of x, the summation of y squared, the summation of y, the summation of xy, the summation of x3, the summation of x squared, y, and the summation of x4. So kung makikita nyo po, kompleto na siya. Try natin, halimbawa itong number 7, kung ano magiging result niya. The summation, for example, of x squared times y, ibig sabihin po, or bago kinuha yung summation of x, in-square po muna siya isa-isa si x, then i-multiply kay y bago siya isinam. So for that, our summation po, our summation of x squared y is equal to 5,650,738. So now, ito na po yung exciting part. Actually, dito po kasi sa x and y variables, kapag meron po tayong problem na may x and may y variables, isa lang pong ibig sabihin nun. Ibig sabihin, kaya nating makuha yung Pearson Correlation value niya, which is the R, and also pwede nating makuha yung linear regression niya. So now po, let's try to solve for our R, or the Pearson correlation coefficient, that is shift number 1, click regression, and find R po. So that is number 3. So that is negative 0.14. So ibig sabihin, ang value po natin ng R, or the Pearson correlation value is negative 0.14. At paano po natin yan i-interpret? Since negative po siya, ibig sabihin po, this is a negative correlation. Meaning to say, as the scores in science increases, the scores in math decreases, or vice versa. As the scores in science decreases, the scores in math increases. So not just that, my dear students, you can also get the linear equation or the linear regression equation of this problem po with the use of our calculator. So remember po that in our linear regression, di ba po, we have the formula y is equal to a plus bx. This is what we call the linear regression equation. So, ito po, ginagamit po natin ang linear regression in order for us to predict what is the value of Ry kapag given po si x. Ibig sabihin, kapag halimbawa, given si x, ano yung pwedeng maging value of y given na negative 0.14 yung correlation nila. So, with the use of our calculator again, that is easy shift number 1. So, that is regression po uli. And ano po yung value of A natin? Dito po natin makikita, which is number 1. So that is 103.70. So Y is equal to 103.70 plus what is RB? So RB naman po, that is shift number 1, that is 5. RB is 2. So that will give us negative 0.96 or 93, 0.93. So positive times negative, that is negative 0.093x. Will be our formula for our linear regression to predict what will be the next values po of y given po our x. Don't worry po, my dear students, I will create a video for linear regression separately opo para mas maano siya, mas maintindihan. Correlation value, I already created a video for that, both for manual computation and for calculator techniques. You can view that video po, and I will link the video or put the link of that video in my description box for you to practice answering activities and exercises. Para na rin po, mas ma-master niya po yung mga calculator techniques na natutuhan po natin. That's it for today, my dear students. If you still have questions, please don't hesitate to comment down below. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel. So I'll see you next time. Goodbye!